from his apartment, it's the Surge Podcast, starring Sergio Santana.
I don't wanna hurt nobody, I just came to vibe. Tonight we ain't with no drama, tell them take it outside.
With tonight's guest,
Shorty and her friends been looking for a while, tell them come and vibe.
Now here's your host,
Disappear for a little, find a place to hide. Forget the problems, man. Gotta put the stress aside.
Santana.
I'm feeling the mode.
Chrissy, oh!
I'm feeling the mode. Ay, yeah.
Yeah. Feeling the mode. World gone cold. Get to the money. Friends on fold. Feeling the mode. While on swole. Cup on pole. I put it on bro. Feeling the mode. Gotta get to it. Gotta stick to it. Gotta go do it. Feeling the mode. I'ma go get it. Put it on mama. I gotta get rich. I gotta get richer. You see the picture. You never want me to win. I get it. So fuck you, I'm in it. I hope you admit it. I already know the truth. So fucking forget it. So I'm on one now. I won't never stop, never. You keep switching them sides, so never shout never. I'm on my A1 hustle, something I never showed ever. Getting better and better, that means I never quit ever. I'm on my real rap shit. I speak my mind. It gets me in trouble here and there, time to time, trying to make me a million. I ain't here to bump and grind, I ain't here to party daily. I'm just here to wake the minds, I'm gone. Feeling the mode, world gone cold. Get to the money, friends on fold. Feeling the mode, while on swole. Cup on pole, I put it on bro. Feeling the mode, gotta get to it. Gotta stick to it. Gotta go do it. Feeling the mode. I'ma go get it. Put it on mama. I gotta get rich. Feeling the mode. I'm out of control. I'm here to face all my demons. Pump me a foe. I'm hitting a lick. I'm trying to get rolls. Trying to get me a rose. My family out on the boat. Feeling the mode out Chester. I'm a whole different creature. I'm out here getting that money. People paying for my features, and it is all way official. My home a creek full of leeches. They hands get the fabled itching. They steady out trying to reach it like you owe me, cause you my homie. You remember that one time? Nah, you ain't for me. Disease of the minds, these are the end times. Cause if I owe you, this world ain't mine. Yeah, feeling the mode, world gone cold. Get to the money, friends on fold. Feeling the mode, while on swole. Cup on pole, I put it on bro. Feeling the mode, gotta get to it. Gotta stick to it. Gotta go do it. Feeling the mode, I'ma go get it. Put it on mama. I gotta get rich.
All right, so let's make some noise for our first guest this evening, Alex Soto.
From the Southeast United States, representing the FLA. What's happening, Sergio? You look like you haven't aged a day.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I think I'm reversing in age, to be honest with you. I think I looked older when I met you.
I'm for real.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
Mm-hmm.
You look like the lead singer of a Calypso band, bro. You looking good. You glowing up in this piece.
Hilarious. I love your glasses too, man. I see you. You cleaned up too. You clean up well.
Hey, we're all leveling up in the game, baby. We're all leveling up. Things are finally looking up for all of us.
Yeah, man. So just for like my listeners, my viewers, like just like a brief background about yourself, because I mean I met you in Florida. I mean you're a comedian, but you're also much more than that. Well,
I feel like these days I'm less of a comedian and more of like a P.T. Barnum promoter. Don King meets P.T. Barnum meets Bert Kreischer. You know what I mean? At this point, we had met right after I started comedy. And by way of backstory, for my resume's sake, I am the 20. What year was that we met? Because you probably know better than I, because you know me, my hit. Was it
Gosh, man.
16, 17, or 18?
I think it was 18.
When were you in school?
I think it was 18. Yeah.
All right. So 2018 winner of Marion County's Got Talent. The funny part was I was the only one who entered. So I ended up winning this huge competition that I was supposed to be, quote unquote, playing the game America's Got Talent in Marion County, where there were going to be judges and whatnot. So they were like, we're in a bit of a bind. Could you do a comedy show? And we had just met right before that because you answered a yard sale post.
I did not. And I knew you were leading up to it. I knew you were leading up to it.
And this questionably light-skinned dude shows up at my tent comedy show in this redneck hick town, and he turns out to be some killer comic from, where were you from? Philly or Pennsylvania?
From Philly. From Philly. So wait, this is my thing. I did not meet you on there. You was on a comedy
Kissimmee yard sale.
No, it was a Florida Facebook comedy page. It was a comedy page on Facebook, and I can't remember which one it was.
Like an auntie.
Yes, I was, but that was funny because every time you brought it up, like, nah, it was a comedy page, and you swore, and to this day you won't let it go. You won't. It's your story.
I feel like my memory and your memory. It's perspectives,
It's your origin story. That's the way.
Long story short, out of the blue, a real comedian shows up in my tent, and we end up becoming friends because what I lack in talent, I gain in hustle.
Yeah.
So I ended up using you to help me make a good show, because if you remember, though there was only like 150 people in the tent, that with this amphitheater thing that they had at the Marion County's Got Talent, it looked like Katy Perry was performing in that thing.
Oh yeah,
it was like this elaborate thing. So we ended up putting together a ragtag show. We had some inflatable dragons, and we had this crazy, silly light show, and it was this big to do. And I ended up filming it. Which I use as, what is this? Like comedians and fans of yours listen to this?
Basically, yeah.
So all the young comics out there, producers, bookers, promoters, never watch past the first 2 minutes of a sizzle reel promo. So I got this amazing intro where it looked like I had pyros, I had dragons, I had smoke. And if you remember correctly, there were 2 smoke machines underneath the bellies of these inflatable dragons that you and the other comic slid underneath from behind its ass and hit the button between its legs to make the smoke come out, which nobody saw. Yeah. But it looked like we had this crazy, amazing stage show. And I have used that for since 2018, getting booked all over the Southeast United States. And I leave there and they go, that was the worst headliner I've ever booked. But damn, did he have a good looking promo video.
Yeah, that's so
Fast
funny.
Forward. Yeah, and now I've opened up my own club because I find I'm better at the organizing and the setting up. We all have our paths in this world,
Yeah.
And now I'm looking to book Sergio Santana whenever he comes to visit when he does his documentary and goes to that Altamont Springs where he went to college.
Oh, and I wasn't Altamont Springs. I went to Full Sail in Winter Park.
Man, that's a blurry line between Altamont and Winter Park. I'm sorry, Winter Park. It sounds way better when you say Winter Park. I agree.
It does. It absolutely does.
That was a good school, though. No bullshit. That was a good school. I'm not hating on it. And not for nothing, because you people probably hear this all the time, but you were like 3rd highest or 2nd highest grade. Your graduating class, weren't you like in the top?
I was salutatorian. Yes.
That's right. That's right. Well, there you go. There you go, universe. I never graduated high school, but this dude was number 3 at Full Sail. So that's a good thing, man.
Well, yeah. Well, salutatorian, that's 2. That's the second.
Okay, perdón, señor, perdón. I apologize.
No, no, it's funny. I don't think about that stuff. I just keep.
I know it's all a blur.
Keep moving.
But I see you, remember you then.
Yeah.
Do they know you? Do you talk about when you were living out of your car working as a Uber Eats driver?
I do not actually discuss all these things. You know, it's funny
Now you
because it
living
depends.
in Calabasas? What?
Yeah,
Kanye's your neighbor?
he's not my
What's
neighbor.
up?
He's not my neighbor. No, he's
He
not.
lives somewhere in the
He
vicinity,
says, yeah,
up on the
yeah.
top of a mountain.
Well, I think that's what's funny. I think when I have certain people on, like they bring it up. I don't bring any of this stuff up because I'm a
No,
very
I know,
private.
Mr. Mysterious.
I'm a very private person, and I like to keep it that way. So sometimes I'll be like, "Damn, y'all, shut up." Very
A
private
yard
person.
sale post in
Jesus Christ.
Kissimmee Facebook. It's all love, brother. I'm proud of
Yeah.
you, man. I'm super proud. I know you called to talk to me, but I'm just happy to see your face, looking like you
Yeah.
never left.
Yeah, I'm proud of you, man, because you opened up a whole club, man. Like I was like, when I saw that, I was like, well, this guy, you always were this entrepreneur. You know what I mean? You always had the promoter. Like you said, the comedy was, somewhere like secondary or third down the line or something like that. It was really about the hustle.
Right.
Because you talk about me being an Uber driver, you're still doing that stuff, right? You sit in the
Yeah,
car now waiting for your next ride.
I've got over 8,000 deliveries. I now do it all private.
Oh wow.
And
Mm.
I own a 4-door car to take people to the airport, and I own a 12-passenger van that I take to the casinos, to the cruise port, to the airport for big groups. And we're about to, as part of my hustle, it's kind of this whole, we can get into that because I really like the concept of what I'm working with now. I'm enjoying this idea that I'm doing, but we're basically setting up the van to be a karaoke party bus
Oh wow.
that I'm going to be doing from the Publix in the villages. You remember, I live in the giant retirement community. My club is 3 miles outside of the quote unquote bubble of the villages. And it's almost like scared birds, like they don't want to cross the bubble because they're old, they drive at night, they're going to kill somebody, they're on medication, they're drunk. So I offer a free van service back and forth. And while they're drunk, hammered, doing their thing, they can sing karaoke for free in my shuttle bus, which we call the Chuckle Bus. So
okay.
It's one of the many elements to what I'm working with right now. But let me ask you a question. We'll make this show fun for the listeners.
Okay.
I woke up one morning and I may or may not have been inspired by a psychedelic mushroom medicinal trip. But I woke up with this aha moment that I had to reduce the gods in my life. Okay. So I started formulating a plan to where I basically own a chauffeur business. It's a one-man operation. I own private rental. I own 3 small 1-bedroom rentals that I rent to old Puerto Rican ladies in the villages that clean houses in the villages. And yeah, exactly. And those are my people, Boricua. And the way we set that up, it's where so just me. And then my comedy club is my fiance and I run it, but she's an extension of me. It's a one-man operation, basically. So what we're trying to do is I woke up one morning and I said, what if I can apply everything that I've ever learned in my life to try to make my life better and separate myself from the umbilical cord of corporate, not wanting to be a subject to the man or whatever. So where basically I've put myself in a position to where I'm almost there, Serge, that I'm at the point where I can just wake up every day and be creative.
That's awesome.
And it's kind of a thing. And what I tapped into with these old people out here is everything's about nostalgia, right? How old are you? You're 40-something years old. You remember a time when your radio or your television anchor was like affiliated in the town that you lived in.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. It wasn't some national thing where you saw the same 5 people. Everyone sees the same 5 people. So I have this thing where I'm tapping into like, we're going to start promoting things where we're going to do like a this is in addition to what I'm doing to the comedy club to try and make the comedy club has become something else now where it's almost like a comedy and live entertainment variety show that happens from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. 5 days a week. Okay. So we're tapping into stuff where you can do like a Johnny Carson style late night show that's local. Like I'll be like a cross between Joe Rogan and Howard Stern meets the local television anchor. Okay. And we'll be able to do this in front of live audiences. We're doing this back area that we're going to be able to shoot independent television shows out of that we're going to be launching from my club, to where basically what we're doing is tapping into what older people remember. Serge, young people don't understand. There was a time where you used to make a phone call and for free, you can make a reservation at a table and be like, yeah, me and 4 other people are going to come. And they'll be like, Mr. Soto, your table will be ready. We'll have a name on it. And that time wasn't that long ago, but people don't even remember because now everything's done where you can't even sit without a mask. So we're trying to get back to the way it was, where it was an intimate experience. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's what is making my comedy club work since I've opened it. I opened it in May. We've been open 6 months. And here in the winter, if you remember how Central Florida works, we live and die by season. So the snowbirds are here. So now the club is about to double in size as far as the amount of people in my community.
Well, it sounds like a supper club. You know what I mean? Like one of those supper clubs from back in the day. That's what it sounds like.
You know what it is Sergio, you have a broader palette than my redneck friends, because we all kind of just look at it and go, we kind of don't know what it is. But you're right. Yeah. It's like something you would see in the Poconos, something you would see in Jekyll Island, where you would see like in the 60s, Sinatra might have played just one piano and him.
Yeah.
But then they also did comedy. And that's kind of what we're tapping into, all that nostalgia stuff, you know, a lot of drapery, a lot of chandeliers, a lot of dim lights. And it's all smoke and mirrors. And it's just, like I said, there's nothing spaceship about our stuff. Our stuff looks like something out of The Sopranos. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I saw you had the impersonator, like was it a Rodney Dangerfield impersonator?
Right.
Yeah.
I live, it's a whole running joke nationally, but I live in the Villages, Florida. Fastest growing retirement community, and it's also got other things that it's famous for. But regardless of what it's famous for, it's almost 500,000 people in a 30-mile radius.
Yeah,
squared. Like it's like 4 counties. It takes about 45 minutes to an hour to get from the north side to the south side. But I have 250,000 people just surrounding my location, and the Florida's booming right now.
Well, that's the thing about Florida. Florida has like a lot of, like, if you want to be like a road comic, there's a lot of space for that. You know, just in the state of Florida, you don't even have to really leave Florida.
My world tour is 50 miles.
Yeah,
that's my whole world tour. I don't even I might could one day get like a little helicopter, but I don't even need a plane, bro. I don't even need the plane.
I can see with the helicopter, man, with a helicopter pad and everything, man. I can see it.
Bro, I got all kinds of ideas. I wanna be on an airboat.
Yeah.
Because I'm leaning into my culture, my people in the middle of the state. We still got dirt roads and racism out here, bro.
Oh, I know.
So it's like we're still backwoods, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it is we're also exploding like everybody else in the South is, because we're getting all of this. But the other kind of neat little life hack that we have is we have a insulated retirement pension of 250,000 to 500,000 people. But we also have a lot of these satellite transplants that are working from home, but they consider living in Boston. So they're making New England wages, but they're living in Podunky, Florida. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're getting this nice boom of this. And also they're fun loving, you know, they want to wild out and have a good time. And I've always looked at my vibe is early to mid 90s Kid Rock with the fur coat and the midgets on the tricycle. Excuse me, little people on the tricycle. I know you're on the West Coast. Little people in tricycles and shooting vegetarian, stuff out of the guns. All right, that's for your West Coast people, I'm sure. But no, seriously, that's kind of always been my vibe. Is that that early MTV when everything blew up, spring break, summer. And that's what I'm kind of tapping into. And all of these old people are rebellious as can be. Well, so they like the idea. Yeah. And they're old enough to remember Kid Rock, but young enough to still be like, yeah, let's roll. I got a guy, his name is Coyote Joe in the Traveling Roadside Show. And he's a day shift karaoke guy that's like karaoke meets Bert Kreischer.
Wow.
And his catchphrase is like breath stinking and beer drinking. And it's a 4 p.m. show.
Does he do like karaoke with his shirt off? Is that what that?
He does like this country boy, Tennessee pride.
Okay.
Ain't nobody else's. I'm
Yeah, Mr. Sam, I don't care. I'm coming into work like I don't give a 80 damn hours, I don't care. But I'm coming into work like I don't give a. Yeah, Mr. L, Mr. Sam, I'm coming into work like I don't give a. Wake up, lace up, another day in this same old rut. Boss man laughing, living large off this cut. Dreams held back, stuck in endless loop nuts. Oh, Shadow found my groove. Every dollar, every dime, saving my ooh. Hustle on the side, climbing, trying to find my prime. One lucky break, destiny shake, oh my. Damn hours, I don't care. I'm coming into work like I don't give a. Yeah, Mr. Sam, I don't care. I'm coming into work like I don't give a. 80 damn hours, I don't care. But I'm coming into work like I don't give a. Yeah, Mr. L, Mr. Sam, I'm coming into work like I don't give a.
The more I make, the more he takes. It's all a scheme to me. Can't get a break, the drain the vein, he gon' get pissed at me. Get it, they don't care if you got a kid or if you live it. When he kick the bucket, it'll spill and they gon' take the fill out the application, your replacement next day. All the signs down the road pointed this way. Not independent, your health or vision, can't get prescriptions. Mental health don't matter, you little bitch, go hit the kitchen.
80 damn hours, I don't care. I'm coming into work like I don't give a. Yeah, Mr. Sam, I don't care. I'm coming into work like I don't give a. 80 damn hours, I don't care. But I'm coming into work like I don't give a. Yeah, Mr. L, Mr. Sam, I'm coming into work like I don't give a. Every dollar, every dime, I'm just saving up. I feel like in my mind, I'm giving on up. Crazy, I'm crazy, crazy, I'm crazy or what? Oh man, I'm helping the nuts. I'm holding together, I'm nuts. I don't know what breaking, I'm breaking up. Help me, God, help me, I'm going, I'm nuts. If I can't do it, I think I'm a cut. 80 damn hours, I don't care. I'm coming into work like I don't give a. Yeah, Mr. Sam, I don't care. I'm coming into work like I don't give a. 80 damn hours, I don't care. But I'm coming into work like I don't give a. Yeah, Mr. L, Mr. Sam, I'm coming into work like I don't give a. 80 damn hours, I don't care. I'm coming into work like I don't give a. Yeah, Mr. Sam, I don't care. I'm coming into work like I don't give a. 80 damn hours, I don't care. But I'm coming into work like I don't give a. Yeah, Mr. L, Mr. Sam, I'm coming into work like I don't give a.
But you know what? I would say like at least here, like you can still do that stuff. You can go anywhere without a mask. You can call in for reservations.
Oh yeah. No, I know things are better. Yeah, but I think now things are just more modern. So like people
of course,
don't want to be
they're not like going
inconvenienced
like
with the-
on the apps and stuff like that and doing everything through like
Right.
yeah, I got you. Yeah.
And also like we're trying like, because we're doing something different. I opened this place from the perspective of the entertainer first. I don't own a bar. I happen to own a bar because you have to own a bar in order to own the stage. I don't really own a restaurant. I don't have a kitchen. So I ended up hustling. You know me, I got these Cubans next door and I'm half Cuban. And when he actually walked over and saw my place, he kind of big uncled me.
Okay.
To where like I'm now his nephew. So he caters the food for me every night. I give the dinner away for free.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's smart.
So now everything is like basically I just make money on the drinks. But the way I've got the deal worked out, it's just a numbers game for me now, and it pretty much runs itself. And now with season about to happen, we're bringing in bigger and bigger acts. We just had Stephen Lawley out of LA. We have Chris Dunham from LA flying in. We'll be having Sergio Santana one of these days when he stops not accepting my phone calls.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're busy. You're a busy man. I accept your phone calls. I see that.
I have this idea, and this is for any comic with any kind of idea. This is an American dream. It might be an immigrant hustle because I grew up among them. But the idea is I take a big idea and I make it small and I make it to where I can control it. So the reason why I even exist, and I mean, it might sound tongue in cheek, but I actually was influenced by the Joe Rogan podcast to quit my career, making almost $100,000 a year. Because you will rot your brain listening to him for 16 hours at a time when you're driving all night doing Uber and Lyft. Mm-hmm. And I basically am taking his blueprint and I'm cooking it down, getting all the impurities out of it, and I'm building it up to be something that I can control in a very small little town that happens to have a giant influx of people from all over the country as well as all over the world. And everybody's plugged in. You know what I mean? So between me being old enough to have the middle ground of being, I'm at the age now, Serge, where I'm starting to become, we're looking back and having reminiscent thoughts about my children being young.
Oh yeah.
I'm almost 50 now.
Mhm.
And I know that I can relate to people who, you know, for the last 20 years, I've been waiting on and catering to older people that live in this demographic because that's how you make a living in this area. You work for the older people. So I understand what they must be going through because of what I'm going through. And now I'm like, well, I'm going to open this up and I'm going to cater it. Like, for instance, have you ever heard this? This is something we threw against the wall and we're getting a big response. We're going to have a night where we're bringing the biggest local artists in this area and we're going to have the best heartbreak songs.
Oh, okay. You're just doing heartbreak. That's it.
And when the people come in,
Mm-hmm.
we're giving them boxes of tissue. This is how we're doing tonight. Tonight is in memory of those we've lost, those we mourn,
Wow.
those we're losing, and we're going to have a good cry together because art is everything. It's all aspects, you know? And, you know, like imagine if you have a trivia show and they put you in the back of a bar in a local restaurant. Now you have a trivia show that builds momentum in the back of a bar in a local restaurant. But now I take that trivia show, put it in my venue, and now we open it like Deal or No Deal. TV screen synced in. And now you come to my place, the same people who enjoyed it at the bar could come now sit in a live audience, have dinner for free, have a few drinks for a low price, and watch the trivia show like on another level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same thing with the comedy shows. The comedy shows, when we do an open mic, part of the open mic, we're installing a 4-camera system to where you, an open micer, can come in and do a set and look like you're on the stage of a dry bar comedy club because we're offering that for free for no reason. Except why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Who cares? Because I'm also going to benefit from having it to do my own stuff with. But why not do it for no reason? Because this whole thing about doing stuff for profit gets old when you start getting old enough to pay everything off. Then all of a sudden, it's how much money do I need versus how much money can we do to make art something? Because that's like the dying thing. AI. Hey, I had AI build my website, and in 6 weeks, I had to replace it with a website that my redneck buddy's wife kind of knew how to do because it was too complicated.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
Well,
young people, I know y'all understand. But us old folks, there's still a lot of us that don't want to deal with that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They want good old fashioned table service.
I use AI to like clip out like the podcasts and stuff. Yeah. I mean,
I bet you do.
AI has its strengths, I guess, but also, you know, I also find it very scary, you know. It's
How easy is it when you open up something that says AI? The second you read the first line, you go, why do I need to read this? Some robot made it. That's the way I look at everything now. Because if I look at your website and it don't sound like you on the website, it's obviously AI.
Yeah, I actually just read like this. It was a meme, but and I don't know if he actually said it, but it said Michael Bay said we shouldn't worry about AI because it only imitates art. It doesn't create art. So if you know your original creator, just creating. And I again, I don't know if he actually said that. But I thought about the actual, phrase of it, the imitating, because it is, because when you look at like a lot of those like little trailers and stuff that they make, or those little videos that people have made with the AI, it's only imitating things that we've kind of fed it, if that makes sense. The algorithms gave it, what images we've already kind of, it's seen, it's blending things together. So it's not doing anything original. And it's also, even when people they had that trend where it was all these like, people putting up pictures of themselves as these different works of art, or even the last trend where it was people in their high school stuff, like the high school pictures, which I thought was kind of funny on some people, but that's all just imitating. It's not nothing original about it. So if you're an original creator, you just keep creating, and then it's going to end up imitating you.
And the thing about it is I'm comforted in the idea that, a robot can't really do plumbing yet. Do you know this?
I
It doesn't
mean,
really.
I'm sure
You
there is
can't.
one there. If you
There's
go to
still some
Japan, I'm
things
sure there's
that
probably some robots doing all types of
it's
stuff like that
possible, but I feel
with a
like
human face.
I'm always hearing people talking about the decline of whatever, and everybody's going to go on their way out. And at no point do I hear anybody say, "Let's get an axe and cut a tree down and build a house." So I feel like regardless of what happens next, it's just going to be what happens next. But I feel like at 49 years old or 48 years old, whatever I am, I'm old enough to not even know how old I am.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I got that last little window of freedom to where I'll be that dude that holds out in my little comedy club, and I'll be just doing my little thing, and you'll retire and move to the villages, and you can
Oh,
be a
well.
house comic with me.
I don't know if I'm gonna move to Florida, to be honest with you. I don't know that.
Man, I don't know how you couldn't. I don't know how you couldn't.
Out west.
Man,
When
I
I
heard the
retire, who
ocean is
knows?
cold out there out west. I heard the ocean's cold. I heard it falls out real quick. You don't get a beach that you can walk out into. I heard the
Oh my
sharks
God.
are real aggressive out there. You have to wear a wetsuit. And then
No,
the
no.
surfers yell at you if you're in the wrong place. Sounds like it's hard. Your shit gets stolen because it's all the homeless people. I don't know, man.
I mean, I don't go to Venice Beach that much, but I'm usually in Malibu and everything. But I'm closer to Malibu anyway. So
Malibu, that sounds fancy.
it is. Malibu is very nice, and
Yeah.
I don't have those issues. The water is cold. You are absolutely correct, sir. It
I
is
don't
freezing
know nothing
cold.
about. See, I go to beaches on lakes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We have some lakes out here. California has everything. If you want,
All
you
right.
can go to ski. Up in the mountains. You can go.
Yeah, no,
see
I
some
know
lakes.
California. Yeah,
You
y'all
can
got
do
fake
everything.
weather and a fake river. I get it. I'm not even here. Listen, I have a whole bit on stage where I jokingly say Florida
Okay.
is like the third cousin of California, where Napa Valley's like, look at our wine. We're like, look at our nutsack. I get it, but
Okay.
I vibe with it though. I like that country boy outlaw for the Florida vibe. You need to come play with us at least, bro. It's
Yeah,
been too
I know.
long, Sergio.
Yeah, that's like it's funny. There was two things I was gonna tell you before because we're getting close to running out of time. But I know when I first met you because you were talking about all the stuff you have set up now. Like we did a podcast because you were talking about Joe Rogan, and you had a whole podcast set up in your like living room, the whole thing.
Living room. That's right.
And I don't know what happened, but I know when you interviewed me, you really didn't. You just kept talking. It was just more about.
Right. It was
you
bad.
talking about your ideas and what you were doing, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And I think I started to fall asleep at some point.
I bet.
And you kept handing me joints of what did you call it?
We called it Turkish blend.
The Turkish blend. That's what it was. You kept passing around these little Turkish blend joints, like that. I was asleep. It was so funny.
Right. We've leveled up in all things, huh?
Yeah. And then even what I was gonna say, like the villages too, like you want to talk about how they famous. That was like the crazy experiences because every time you booked me out there, they're old, but they're horny. Like they
party.
They are insane. It's
the upper middle class.
Remember that one big girl that kind of like that one day, like she kind of like came up to me after the show and like I think they'll say how we did the podcast, and then she like kind of like she came to shake my hand, which is normal. If somebody at the show like you're funny, shake your hand. But she came in and like trying to like bit my neck or did something. I was like, what the hell?
Right.
And then she did this drop and did like this whole thing. It was like I need some dick and all this stuff. And I was like, what is going on? Like, and in my face, I think because her mom was sitting behind her and started laughing.
Yeah.
She saw my face. You were looking too.
I remember this.
That? Yeah. And then her mom was in a wheelchair. She had no legs.
That's right.
This is Florida people. This is
I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for the crux of this conversation. So far, it sounds okay. Like I'm.
So that she says to her, "Not tonight." Like that's what she just from the back, and then she's like, you got to work tomorrow. And I was like, yo, I wasn't entertaining this anyway, but it was just so funny. And then you saved me. You were like, yeah, we got to work, honey. Like we got a podcast and stuff. And I'm like, yo, that was my introduction to the villages. That was.
And the thing is that's why whenever I jokingly say, and I know we're coming up on time, but when I hear comics that talk about how bad they are with dating, I'm like, man, around here you got to watch out because they'll shoot you in the neck with a blow dart and you wake up in a tub full of ice, bro. And not because they harbored your organs, you'll just have a sore butthole.
Oh my God, that's bad. I know. Listen, that's why they have like the highest like STD rate and everything out here. It's like, yo. Villages, man, they like the party, man. So they like that type of humor, definitely.
We go hard in the paint.
Yeah, man, that's what's up,
My
man.
old people got teeth.
Yeah, and then I think you was too. Like you took me in that one Thanksgiving because I couldn't go home.
Yeah.
That was which was cool, and we went to your mom's house and she made lasagna for Thanksgiving, which I
Yeah.
never had, just straight lasagna
That's
for Thanksgiving.
crazy.
But it was bomb, and it was I normally, I was like, "Where's turkey?" At? You like, we ain't doing turkey, it's lasagna. That's it.
We're immigrants, bro. We don't do
Yeah.
turkey. And it's funny, full circle.
Mm-hmm.
I get to host the day after the annual day after Cuban family brunch. We're doing it at the club, and I'm having a casino night that night.
Okay.
So I'm bringing the dealers in early to let them gamble privately. And then I have Jersey Gene, the Haitian sensation, doing a private event just for my Cuban Trump rally family from Miami. It's going to kill.
That's what's
And
up.
that'll be like my little, finally, I'm the guy who got to do something cool with the family,
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, man. And then like Jesse Seduce, that's my boy too.
He still hosts and headlines and features for me all the time. He's an idiot.
Well, we tried to do a podcast together, man, and it just scheduling wise just never worked. He's a busy dude too. He's like every time I call him, he's like, I'm driving somebody, I'm driving a customer. So you guys are hustlers, definitely.
Yeah, we gotta be. In Florida, you don't make no money, so you gotta have 5 jobs and a hustle,
Well, that sounds like LA, man. LA, but what's crazy is I'm making the most money I ever made in my entire life. But I look and I'm like, where is it? Where'd it go? What happened?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But Sergio, remember, as a Cuban, there's always a shed somewhere that looks like a house inside. And you can rent that bitch. I'm telling you. Trust me, I own a few.
Well, I know your hustle. I remember. But I think it's easier to do that in Florida than it is, out here.
Probably it is.
Yeah. Unless you go to like a really rural part of California, which I'm sure like I wouldn't want to go that far out, Like,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
I went to San Diego for a half second and I was like, get me the hell out of here. This city's way too big.
Well, there's a lot of homeless people out in California,
I didn't even see the homeless people. I just saw, I think we were flying over the greater part of that area to get to the airport for 45 minutes and we never didn't see skyscrapers. And I was like, because where I'm from, dog, we used to have horse farms and cows. So I'm looking at these skyscrapers that never end until the ocean. That's when they stop.
Yeah.
I was like, this is way too much.
Yeah, well, you get used to it. And I think and then here, like the skyscrapers have they have a limit because you can't go so high because it'll obstruct the sun. The sun's always out. Like you can't escape the sun everywhere you go. Like it's there. Yeah. So that's the best thing, the sunshine,
I feel you.
Yeah.
You pay all that money for sunshine. I got you.
Yeah, well, you got to be happy, like.
Hey, listen, I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you, bro.
I'm happy
if you
for
can
you
make
well,
it in Calabasas, I feel like you can make it anywhere. If I make it here, I've made it on 80,000 a year. But if you're doing good, man, I'm happy for you, bro.
Yeah. All right, but well, before I let you go, but let everybody know where they can find you and give them a little more info about the club.
Yeah, so the Joke Joint is the premier live comedy and entertainment venue of its kind in the entire Summerfield, Florida. We're located at 13685 US 441, Summerfield, Florida. We can be reached at 352-871-0909. If you mention you saw this on this podcast, I'll give you 10 free tickets for the night to come see the show. And we can be seen at www.jokejoint.tv. Facebook, we're at Joke Joint. Instagram, we're at Joke Joint. Let's see, what else? Instagram, Joke Joint. TikTok, Joke Joint, Ocala, Florida, or Joke Joint something or other. It doesn't matter. Just check us out. And otherwise, we'll be over here in our own little Austin in Summerfield, Florida by the Villages.
Nice. And how about yourself? Like Alex Soto, right? Everywhere?
Yeah, Alex Soto on Facebook and Alex Soto Comedy LLC on Facebook, Alex Soto Comedy LLC on Instagram. But I mean, all that stuff is just extra icing on the cake. I don't get booked much anymore because frankly, I built myself a gilded cage. So I'm just going to stay there for the next 3+ years.
Hey, man, listen, if it works, it works,
So far, so good.
Well, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for taking out the time to talk to us, man. And we'll be in touch, man. Just keep calling.
Hey man, love, peace, chicken grease. We're healing the world with laughter. We take silly serious, and they should have said yes. Peace.
Peace. Make some noise for Alex Soto, ladies and gentlemen.
I got so many problems in my head that I can't ever deal with. I got some feelings in my heart that I can't ever stop feeling. And I won't stop till I meet the wrong time. Or I'm in this grave where my bones gon' rot. I'm in so much pain, I got so much to gain. It's hard not to feel defeated. All those times I used to cry, I felt like I was in a rut. In the whip, no home to lay my head while getting dust. Exhausted all my options, there was no one left to trust. Except my mom and then my brother, they been there before the rust. I got so much pain up in my heart, that's what I'm dealing with. Couldn't get a home, I got the wheels from the dealership. Barely had some food, I couldn't get a drink to eat it with. Lost so much weight, my mama thought that I was getting sick. I'm getting day by day until a breakthrough. The mental damage got us feeling like a tattoo. Scars on my mental, all the things that have remained true. Pedal to the metal till I know that I got so many problems in my head that I can't ever deal with. I got some feelings in my heart that I can't ever stop feeling. And I won't stop till I meet the wrong time. Or I'm in this grave where my bones gon' rot. I'm in so much pain, I got so much to gain. It's hard not to feel defeated. Sitting here thinking about how things used to be. Memories up in the street where I was sitting in the heat. I would sleep every night and wonder if I got to eat. Used to pull up at my auntie crib and rest up on my feet. Sick of drive-thrus, I just want a home-cooked meal. Tired of being strapped for cash, I would miss my home still. Used to walk up in my house with my granny cooking up. Now somebody else is living there, it really tears me up. All the smiles I used to see are half-hearted in my vision of my family broken-hearted, and it caused them some division. Different feuds, different views, I'm trying to rewind some decisions. The one thing that we love is gone, I'm feeling something. I got so many problems in my head that I can't ever deal with. I got some feelings in my heart that I can't ever stop feeling. And I won't stop till I meet the wrong time. Or I'm in this grave where my bones gon' rot. I'm in so much pain, I got so much to gain. It's hard not to feel defeated.
All right, so let's make some noise for our musical guest this evening, Aaron Wise.
Yo, what up,
man? What's up? So, man, I know you found me through Full Sail. So I want to get hear a little about that. So how long you been out of Full Sail?
Well, I'm currently enrolled right now. I'm actually
Okay.
like a year and a half in.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
I graduate about March 25, May 25, something like that.
For some of my listeners, I don't know, like just in case you're just hopping in now, like I always been big on Full Sail alumni because I went to Full Sail myself. So I always like supporting other Full Sailors for sure. You know, the recording programs would start at the whole school. You know, I went to the film program, but it's an amazing school. Definitely for anything you're trying to do, because the gamers, like when you go to Hall of Fame week, the gaming is insane. Yeah, I mean, I miss that. You know, like when you see like the games they be putting up and stuff, some of the gamers and stuff. Yeah, and they got sports broadcasting, they have all that stuff. So it's a dope school, man. It seriously is.
Oh yeah,
it's a great school to be a part of. Where you have, especially when you're a very creative person, there's a lot of people to collab with. You know.
Oh yeah, I mean the creative opportunities there is insane. Like I've had like multiple people like get on my posts and say, "Hey, yo, I need beats. I need, a collab. Can you mix for me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm down."
yeah. And I heard some of your tracks already. I was like, I was definitely feeling your flow. Like I could hear the little country accent, what I mean, that you got, which when you flow, I mean, you can hear that it's fire, what I mean, which is definitely distinctive. What you want a distinctive voice, I mean.
Oh
so,
yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Like I'm really heavily influenced by like with my accent. It's more like it's not like Eastern Kentucky, you know what I'm saying? But it's like more Central Kentucky.
Mhm.
And like, I moved down to Georgia and Florida for a little bit, so I kind of got a little bit of all of the South mixed in. So it's kind of, yeah.
Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, and then the slang is gonna be a little different wherever you go too. So you pick up on that, you know what I mean, and swag out on your flow. But I'm definitely feeling it. And so who's your inspirations, as far as like now, who you listening to?
um, I'm gonna be honest, I'm a brag baby, so
Mhm.
Fayetteville, J. Cole.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up.
I was born and raised here in Winchester, Kentucky,
Mhm.
which Lexington, you know, is. You feel me? But yeah, like as far as like my pops' hometown, Fayetteville, I get heavily influenced by that sound. As far as Lexington goes, um ah ah um not by sound but by like more, grind,
Mhm.
Juke, but Infinite Faction, Rob Jackson, um who else? K State,
Okay.
Big Scoop, Mono Slick, you know what I'm saying? True Story, uh, and Louisville, of course.
Okay.
Static
Okay.
Major. May his soul rest in peace.
So if you had the opportunity to have a collab with any of them, I mean, you would definitely, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. And right now, I also forgot to say this, may Jupe's soul rest in peace.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's my homeboy's cousin. He I discovered him years ago, and then I found out one of my homeboys, that's his cousin. So I was like, hold up, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I did music with him, so I kind of understood the sound. I was like, yeah, yeah, I like that. But
So
yeah,
how long have you been doing music in total? Since
uh, probably about since I was like 11, 12 years
okay.
old, I started, dibbling, dabbling here and there, rapping along with songs, and
Mhm.
it progressed into writing, then engineering, then producing, and so on.
Okay, so that was actually my next question. So when you started producing, how did you start making beats? Like what was that like, that process?
That was actually uh what year was it? It was the year my daughter was born. So
Mm,
2020,
okay.
I started really heavily making beats. Like I
Mm,
started actually learning the process, getting into FL Studio. FL Studio or nothing. It's FL gang over here.
mm,
Um, but my mentors were first it was Josh Berryman. He taught me the game. He taught me how to, write and record, and he showed me a little bit how to make beats. But Brandon Knight, he's the one who taught me how to actually make beats and really dive into shortcuts, commands, all that.
mm.
Showing me how to use samples, make drum patterns, and then he tried to teach me music theory, but I couldn't really get a grasp on it. I
Okay.
still don't have a grasp on it because it's like, you know what I'm saying? I have to
Yeah.
go by ear.
Well, I was just about to
And
say that. So you're more a person that goes by ear because there are some people that they don't technically grasp the theory, but they have an ear, and they're able to play by ear basically.
yeah. And like I'll take like samples off of Looper Man and stuff like that, buy sample packs and stuff. And I really, I like samples more. right now because I feel like I can do more. Because now you can rip apart samples with AI and you can break it down, add more into it, and make a completely different sample out of just what you got. So it, it's more how I feel and what I hear, and I'm trying to learn melodies right now, so that's definitely in the works. Also, working on a drum kit that way I ain't got to use anybody else's sounds.
Yeah.
I don't want to make something, how like a lot of producer conglomerates just make recycled drum kits and stuff like that. Not bagging on anybody, but like I just want my own sound. I want my own, distinct sound that everybody will be like, yeah, Aaron did that. Hey, God did that ish. And that's, really how I am on the producer side. Like I've worked with like, Gypsy Good, Thrax P, who else? I've sent beats to True Story, but I don't know if he's, used them yet or not. Who else? God, there's so many people. MTV Billiam, and that's just local talent.
Yeah.
I haven't had really any big placements yet.
So how about like, your writing and stuff like that, because you're a writer first, so how do you feel like your progression and your lyricism it has, progressed, especially when you now have, the option to make your own beats, like that changes things, because not every artist can make their own beats, not every MC has that privilege, you know what I mean?
I like being, I don't know what I call it, a triple threat or a quadruple threat. But I like, with me being a writer and having the opportunity to select my own sounds rather than just, going on YouTube or BeatStars or Airbit and buying a beat.
Yeah.
My creativity is at an all-time high because of that. And I feel, that gives me room to really do more than I usually could. And it's insane, like what you can do once you learn how to do everything yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's why I tell every artist that I meet, like, not to cut anybody out, I'm just like, this is how I did it.
Yeah.
Like I literally took myself from just being a writer to becoming an engineer and a producer, like a beat maker. There's a lot of debate on that, by the way, producer and beat maker. Just I heard somebody say that the other day and they were so mad about it. But it makes a difference because, you got these guys that come up in the city, these young cats, and they're just depending on everybody else to do everything for them. And you can't bring your vision to life expecting someone else to do it for you.
No, absolutely not.
You got to put the work in. You either have to, sit there with your producer, get in with a producer. That's how you get signed. That's how you make a label. That's how you do everything. Get in with a producer that knows your sound, period.
Yeah.
And, network with people, talk to them, Hell, I talked to the Game not that long ago. Like he was offering, promotional packages and stuff like that. He was like, producers, beat makers, engineers, I need a team. He was talking about all this. And I messaged him. I was like, yo, what up? I was like, this is my music. He was like, that shit fire, I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss.
Oh, you good?
Or not.
Everybody does that. It's funny. You good?
He said that shit's fire. And he offered me these promotion packages on his Instagram. I was like, all right, bet. Things like that really make a difference because, like Brandon told me, you know, Brandon Knight, he's signed by D. Will,
Mhm.
the guy who made Hood Billionaire for Rick Ross. That glitch sound that you hear,
Mhm.
that's D. Will. And Brandon, he made that connection by networking. And who else did he link up with? I think it was like DJ Plug or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah.
There's a lot to it that a lot of artists don't understand.
Oh
And
yeah. I mean, networking is high in anything, you know, but I also like doing what you're doing right now, you know, just having an interview, you know, getting yourself out there, you know, that's all part of it.
exactly.
You know, even with you know, getting your beats out there, like you said, you know, you trying to get people to you know to jump on your beats, you know, basically. And in addition to have your own stuff, you know, you're still, you know, coming out with your own stuff. So that, I mean, salute, you know, it's you putting in the work, you know, for sure. And you want to make a name for your city. Yeah, I dig it, you know. Yeah, that's the end game for everybody.
Exactly. And see, Winchester is just,
Yeah.
you know, it's a small town. It, you know, you got Richmond, you got Georgetown, you got, you know, the
Mhm.
rural
Mhm.
part of central Kentucky, like Estill County, Stanton, Clay City. You know, that's just like surrounding counties of
Mhm.
like Lexington, and Louisville expanded
Okay.
and got bigger. And now I stuttered. Uh
Mhm.
it's now the biggest city in Kentucky. You know, you got Louisville, Lexington, Bowling Green, what else? What else? Corbin is really starting to, you know, get into its bag because, you know, they're getting, you know, big arena shows with like Upchurch and whatnot. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
Uh that's more southern Kentucky near Tennessee. Um, but Lexington is just growing every single day, and you know, there's a lot of people who are working towards expanding everything as far as the entertainment goes, because we don't have, like my boy, you know, he was telling me the other day he's an A&R with Universal. He told me, he's
Yeah.
like, Kentucky does not have a market right now. Kentucky
Mhm.
literally does not have a music market, and there is, how do I say it? Basically, you know how you have like you had to pay to open up for people.
Oh
You
yeah.
had to go to
Or
random
sell
open
tickets and stuff
mics.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and like, you know, there's not a lot of opportunities for artists because you got, you know, it's mainly country and rock here.
Okay.
You don't have hip hop here mainly.
Do you feel
And
like because like I mean you being like a white guy in hip hop, do you feel like that's a challenge for you? Like I mean, I don't feel like it should be like especially now, but you know, like do you feel like that sometimes though?
not exactly.
Yeah.
I'm actually part Spanish too. But
Oh, okay.
like, yeah,
Okay.
like
Yeah.
I found that out like a while back. It's a whole thing. I was just
Shout out
like,
to
what the
23
fuck?
me, that's like that.
Bro, like I'm
uh,
dead ass. I got on Ancestry and
uh,
did my
uh,
DNA, and I got 6,000 cousins apparently.
yeah, if it's the Spanish side, yeah, there should be that many. That's funny.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, yeah. That's what's
Yeah,
up.
I was
That's what's
like,
up.
my family big.
So now you rapping in Spanish. It's like now,
I'm not gonna lie, I did get a
yeah.
reggaeton record.
You did. I see. There you go. There you go. That's what's up.
I
That's
like to
what's
do
up.
all genres. It's
Yeah,
you know, because you know how you heard my rap records, you
yeah.
heard my, you know, trap, hip hop,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying. I just did a punk record and I just submitted it to my DSP,
Okay.
and I'm not stopping there. I'm doing southern rock. I'm gonna do, possibly metal. I'm gonna do country. I'm gonna do country rap. I'm gonna do all of it. Like nothing's gonna stop me from doing everything. Hell, I'll do it like Drake and do an electronic album.
Why not? Why not? You know what I mean? That's how you stay in the game. That's that longevity by you switching up and having, you know, different you coming with a different style every album, you know, or a different approach to it, you know, instead of doing the same thing over and over again. Absolutely. Yeah. So how long you said how long it's been? It's like 2020 you said you've been, so it's been like a couple years you've been basically at it. Yeah.
See,
how
like
long,
I'm 29 now, so like I've been writing since I was like 11, 12, and then producing for about 3 years, like fully
years.
producing.
Yeah. So how about recording? Like, when was the first time you dropped like your first single?
That was in middle school.
Oh, see, that's what's up.
My first official record was when I actually got distribution was this song with D Twist Twisted. And he's actually, you know, I personally feel that him and Young Saya and Brandon are all like, I feel like they're a big part of Louisville hip hop. Okay. Not just like, you know, Static Major being a big part of R&B and hip hop, or Bryson Tiller or Jack Harlow or Nappy Roots. You know, they are the new generation. And, you know, I lost my train of thought. With your question, of course.
Yeah, it's okay.
But like, you know, working with them and recording with them has really elevated my game. And I got it back. My first official record was when I moved up there, and, you know, Twist, Saya, and Brandon showed me love. They were like, look, we're going to show you around the city, you know, because my mom was in rehab up there. She, you know, did a stint in jail, and my mama passed away, and I was left on the streets homeless. We ended up getting a settlement, and I ended up in Louisville. Mom set me up with a hotel for a couple of weeks until she got out of rehab. And once she got out of rehab, I ended up recording with them. And I was like, yo, so show me the game. They showed me the game.
That's what's up.
You know, shout out to Twist, Saya, and Brandon Knight, you know.
So so how about live shows? You've been like, you know, doing any of those as well, or you just kind of just focus on recording right now?
Yeah, I'm actually focusing on recording right now, but like live shows, as far as that goes, like, I was with a record label, but, you know, I hate to say it, but I was mentally abused by the owner, and, you know, he threatened me with court and all kinds of shit. You know, he threatened me with violence, and I ain't down with that. But I went on tour with him down in North Carolina. It was like Wilmington, North Carolina. Can't remember. Stay Rooted. It was Kava Lounge down there. Yeah, down in Wilmington.
That's what's up. So your plans now? So do you just try to like just release singles, or are you working on that whole album?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I got my hands in so many things right now. Like, if you could look at my whiteboard up here, you would probably think I'd be crazy.
No, man, that's how you gotta do it. You gotta stay busy. You know, that's how you get. That's how you get there. Trust me, man. It snowballs like an avalanche. You know. Yeah.
And see, like, you know, on top of the whole music thing, college, you know, running a carpentry business, you know, all that, like, being a father. That's the toughest thing. Being an artist is being a father.
Yeah.
Because, like, Like
you only have one. You have one or right? Just one kid, right? Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
She's 3. She's a little monster. I tried to teach her some karate today. Yeah, bro. She punched me in the forehead 3 times. I was like, hold up, Jit.
Yeah. So that puts things in perspective too, like as far as like what your goals in life. You know what I mean? Like you're like, oh, I gotta do this. I gotta make it, for my kids, for my daughter, for my family. Yeah. No, I completely understand that.
Like, I want to teach her the game because she's
Yeah.
showing signs that she wants to sing.
Mm-hmm.
And like she's got this little microphone that she runs around with and she tries to sing like really low, and I'm just like, I know what you about to do. Yeah, you keep on showing them signs and daddy's gonna put you in the studio now.
Yeah.
But like, I'm gonna show her how to produce, write, record, all that. Like, but anyways, back to the shows. The biggest stage in my hometown, like as far as Winchester goes, was Likens Park, and I've performed there once, and it was insane.
Yeah. Yeah. I bet.
Um,
How many people does that fit? How big is the venue?
it's
You're like, oh.
it's a park.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
it's a
so
park.
like
Yeah.
there was a lot of people there, and like it was all people like from like 21 all the way to like 25, and like it was like a huge party, and we didn't
Awesome.
intend for it to turn into a party.
Yeah.
And like everybody was like singing to our songs. They was just jamming out, throwing stuff up on stage, like, yo, drink this, da da da.
That's what's
Like
up.
we have fun, but like our fan base, we felt connected. Like the difference between, and I know I'm going off subject a little bit.
No, you're not. You
But
good. Yeah.
my ADHD's got me. But like with performing at home is completely different than performing at a state. I performed at the Mad Frog in Cincinnati back in 2014 before it got tore down like a year or two ago. Rest in peace, Mad Frog. I love that place. But between Wilmington and Cincinnati, like out of state shows you love, but when you're home and they really rocking with you, oh my God, bro, when I tell you like the love that you get from your hometown, that it's an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
You can't get that nowhere else.
Yeah. But do you feel like you had to, because some people, I feel like I get where they say, oh, I had to leave and come back to get that love. Do you feel like you're getting that love without having to leave? I mean, especially because you've done mostly like the shows you have done mostly around it, not so much like actually so far outside of the realm of your hometown.
I'm gonna be honest, like I've had empty shows.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the process, you know what I mean? So I think that's good being transparent about that, because I think a lot of artists act like, oh, for the bat, they're just gonna have, everything sold out, packed, you know what I mean? But you gotta build it, like it takes time, and you gotta go through those awkward nights, to get to those nights where it is a sold out stadium, you know what I mean? And I think that people don't want to get through those bridges. So,
I mean, it all boils down to when you do a show and you do it good enough, even if you have an empty show and you got the bartender looking at you, and you put it up on Facebook and whatnot. Like I literally had a whole venue in Lexington, on a big stage with a backstage and everything, Stockwood beer, 3 years sober. But
congrats.
yeah, thank you. But like it was empty, and I mean empty. And I wasn't embarrassed about it because the people that came there, word of mouth spread, and they were like, yo, these guys, they're doing it.
Yeah.
Like, And when you get up on stage and start getting into that mode, like all your insecurities go out the window. Like my brother was telling me yesterday, all your insecurities go out the window and you become a completely different person. You could be the most insecure person in the world, and you get up there and you become that persona, if you do have a persona, and all that goes out the window. The butterflies are going to be there, your heart's racing, but once you start going and the crowd starts, you know, after you get good enough, it's a rush for you. And, you know, you perform well enough and those people are going to come. The crowd is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And that reflects on your streaming numbers, that reflects on everything, ticket sales, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. You sound like you got a good head on your shoulders. Like you're on the right track. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you taking the time out to do the show and everything. And I want to you know, as you progress, you know, come back, you know, as you release stuff, you know, please, you know, come back and do the show. And you know, we want to keep up with you basically, you know. So let everybody know where they can find you.
I'm actually going just look me up on Facebook, Aaron Wise. You'll see. My TikTok is Aaron Wise 8 God. I got 2 Instagrams, official Aaron Wise, and then 8 God did that ish. 8 GOD DID THATISH. Bro, like I almost didn't get it.
I was like, oh, okay, we got it. That's what's up, man. But I appreciate you. And so you said, so you working on an album or a single right now? Or is that what you're working on?
Yeah,
so if they could look out for it.
Right now I got a punk single coming out on the 17th. It's called You Ain't Shit to Me. It's basically me versus myself and active alcoholism.
Oh wow.
And
that's
you
awesome.
know, I want to make a video to it. It's going to be awesome. So that, and then I got my main single right now. I recorded it in 2019. It's called Defeated.
Okay.
And that's one I'm really digging into as far as promotion goes, and I think people are really gonna dig it.
That's what's up.
So
yeah. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you, man, and thank you for coming on the show. And ladies and gentlemen, make some noise to Aaron Wise.
Thank you for having me, man.
You're welcome, man. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
This week's episode is made possible because of leche. That's right, it's not regular milk, it's leche.
Let's go get him, Zen.